Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to talk to all of you who are on the journey of manifesting a specific person and who may be feeling unloved by your specific person. I want to give you 3 of the most common reasons why you may be feeling this way and help you understand and see how the feelings don't come from your specific person, but rather from you and your inner world. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So one of the most common things I hear from people manifesting a specific person or manifesting a specific person back into their lives, or who are in some sort of a connection with their specific person, but they want more, whatever the situation might be, one of the most common things I hear over and over and over and over again is that a lot of you guys feel unloved by your specific person. So I wanted to make this video today to help you understand and realize that these feelings primarily originate in you. Even though this might be what you think you're seeing in the 3D, or rather how you're interpreting the 3D in this way, in reality, all these feelings of not being loved, not being wanted, not being chosen, and so on, originate in you and only you. And the 3D, believe it or not, has nothing to do with it. So without further ado, from my observations and from my coaching with a lot of people, what are the 3 most common reasons that you may be feeling unloved by your specific person? Number 1, and this is actually extremely common, and in my experience it applies to the vast majority of people, is seeing love from the point of view of being attached to specific outcomes in the 3D. If your specific person did something or said something or didn't do something or didn't say something, and that wasn't exactly how you expected it or how you were hoping it was going to be or how you wanted it to be, immediately you attach a label to it that my specific person doesn't love me. For example, they didn't text you good morning or good night. They don't love me. They had to cancel a date every now and then because they got too busy. They don't love me. They called you a little later than they said they would. They don't love me. They didn't put a heart in their text messages. They don't love me. You get the idea. And I'm not saying this to say that you have to compromise with breadcrumbs, with less than what you deserve. We all deserve the best, after all. Or that you shouldn't have standards in how you're treated. However, the vast majority of people manifesting a specific person tend to interpret the 3D from the point of view of their ego mind, of their lower self, and overanalyzing and overthinking every little thing that happens to the 3D, especially if it's not to their liking, as being to their detriment. And so most people are very, very quick to jump to conclusions of, I'm unloved by my specific person because, for example, they took a few hours to respond to my text. The problem with this kind of thinking and associating love with specific actions and specific outcomes is that you are not seeing love as what it actually is. Love is an energy, you guys. Love is a vibration. Love is a feeling that permeates your whole existence. Love is also a decision and love is also a choice. But if you ask me, above everything, love is an energy. You operate in love, you feel love, you receive love, you're open to receiving love, you're open to also giving it freely. And true, genuine love is actually detached from all those small outcomes in the 3D. Oh, they didn't text me back, or they didn't answer my call, or they said they would call me and they called the next day. When you do this, when you start associating love with what your ego dictates, you're on the risk of always feeling unloved in one way or another. Because even if you are in the most perfect relationship with your specific person, we are all human. At some point, they are going to fall short in one way or another. At some point, they're going to disappoint you with something they said or something they did or didn't say or didn't do. So if instead of living in the energy of love, in the vibration of love, vibrating love, and being open to receiving love, because when you truly vibrate love, there is no way you don't receive it back. That is just not how things work. If instead you're always looking for proof, always looking for reassurance, always looking for validation, and effectively always being out to get your specific person, every time they fall short, or every time they do something that you didn't like, or every time they're less than ideal in something they said or did, essentially you're setting yourself up for failure, because in one way or another, you are always going to feel unloved. And if that becomes your dominant state, guess what happens? Your relationship with your specific person continues to deteriorate. They will continue to reflect that lack of love back to you. The second most common reason why you may be feeling unloved by your specific person is because in one way or another, you have a hidden belief, a hidden assumption, a hidden expectation that love doesn't exist, love is not possible, or love is too hard for you or not possible for you. And that, of course, goes into self-concept, that goes into core beliefs, and that goes into your general view of the world and how you view yourself, how you view other people, how you view your relationships, and what your expectations are out of life. But it is a very common reason why people feel unloved by their specific person, because deep down, deep inside, they don't believe in love. They don't believe that love is possible. They don't believe, at the very least, that love is possible for them. And of course, you don't need me to explain why this is a problem and why this can be a potential big problem to your relationships. Because if you're starting on a premise that love is not possible, love is not for me, love is too hard, relationships are too hard, I always struggle in relationships, love is not something that I'm worthy of, love is not something that I deserve, then you're going to see how you're automatically applying this way of thinking and this assumption and this belief as if on autopilot to your romantic relationships, and how you're essentially manifesting the confirmation of your beliefs, of your core beliefs. If you believe that love is hard, you are going to be attracting relationships that confirm to you that love is hard. You are going to be attracting and be attracted to specific people who are going to validate to you in one way or another that love is not for you. You are not worthy of love. You're not deserving of love. Love is too hard. Relationships are hard work. Love is not possible for you, and so on. And the third most common reason, also something that I see very, very much in a lot of people manifesting a specific person, if you are feeling unloved by your specific person, a lot of the time, that can be traced down to you not loving yourself enough. And that is very similar to what I just discussed in point 2. However, it goes a lot deeper. It has to do with the value you attach to your own self. It has to do with what you deep down believe that you deserve in love and relationships. It has to do with what you expect from others, from life, from your relationships, from your connections. And essentially, it has to do with you feeling not good enough for love. And how that manifests, it manifests in many different ways. Obviously, your specific person might be reflecting it to you, but it also manifests in the ways in which you interpret the 3D, in the ways in which you see things that are happening that might be neutral. Like we've said in other videos, pretty much everything is neutral. But because you have that worldview and that outlook on the world and on yourself, and because you're lacking love in yourself, you're interpreting all these neutral facts that don't mean anything as negative for you, opposing to you, unfavorable to you, and so on. And so these, you guys, are by far the most common reasons why you may be feeling unloved by your specific person while you're manifesting them. One is seeing love as attachment to outcomes, and seeing love as something that needs to be proven to you on a daily basis, instead of seeing it as an energy, a vibration, and actually living in it and dwelling in it. Number 2 is core beliefs and assumptions that have to do with the difficulty of love or the impossibility of love, or at the very least, the impossibility of love for you. And number 3 is a lack of self-love. So my hope is that you guys will reflect on all of this. And if you find yourself identifying with one or more of what I just discussed, you will start doing the inner work to shift yourself to a more secure place, a more stable place, a place where you're actually embracing love as a vibration and as an energy, as opposed to actions, outcomes, specific things in the 3D, and so on. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.